British Prime Minister Boris Johnson is now in self-isolation after revealing on social media that he's tested positive for coronavirus.
I've developed mild symptoms of the coronavirus, that's to say a temperature and a persistent cough. And on the advice of the chief medical officer, I've taken a test that has come out positive. So I am working from home, I'm self-isolating, and that's entirely the right thing to do.
The 55-year-old is the first leader of a major power known to have been infected. Johnson says he'll still lead the government's response to the outbreak. The PM had faced criticism for not implementing more strict measures earlier in the UK. Just over 3 weeks ago, he said he was still shaking hands.
I'm intrigued to know whether you've developed a personal policy yourself. So next time there's a visiting dignitary and you're standing on the doorsteps of Downing Street, are you going to shake their hands? And if not, how are you going to avert an international incident?
No, well, Victoria, I can tell you that I'm shaking hands continuously. I was at a hospital the other night where I think there were actually a few coronavirus patients, and I shook hands with everybody. You'll be pleased to know, and I continue to shake hands. And I think it's very important that we, people obviously can make up their own minds.
Johnson did go on to step up restrictions. Britain is now on lockdown, with schools closed and people told to stay at home. It was not immediately clear just how many people in government would now need to isolate, given that many have had contact with Johnson over recent days. But the British Health Minister also confirming Friday that he has tested positive for coronavirus and is self-isolating at home. Just hours later, the UK confirming a spike in COVID-19 deaths, up by 181 from the day before to a total of 759. With nearly 15,000 confirmed cases. Johnson was last seen out Thursday night, taking part in his country's Clap for Our Carers campaign. Landmarks across the capital were lit up in blue as thousands nationwide cheered in support of the UK's National Health Service workers. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge's 3 kids joined in, along with Prince Charles, who tested positive for the virus earlier this week. An update on Queen Elizabeth. She last saw the British PM more than 2 weeks ago. The 93-year-old monarch is said to be in good health. For City News, I'm Melissa Duggan.